Why, good morning, you beautiful souls. Welcome. And again, happy July. This is our first Satsang of the month. And if you couldn't tell by the T, our theme this month is going to be gratitude. Now, there's many aspects to this form of Thanksgiving that can drastically change our lives. The most important thing to really think about is that power of gratitude is something that can drastically change your perspective. It's that lens of humility that will transform our reality and truth. When the things that happen to you in life are happening for you, that's a subtle but profound difference. That attitude of gratitude is what allows us to enter into that realm of praise, gratitude through action. And when everything in our life is living in this reverence to this great mystery, to this beautiful experience, you're going to enter in that path of leveling up that much faster. Because in truth, gratitude is one of the most simple yet powerful practices of spirituality. Whether you want to consciously do it or unconsciously just live with that kind of just knowing that everything's in your favor, just depends on your development. But today and throughout the rest of this month, we're going to really dive deep into the many aromas of being grateful and how that can drastically impact your spiritual search and inner looking. So, with that being said, get those last few wiggles out. When you hear the first 3 taps of the singing bowl, allow yourself to take a nice deep inhale with each sound of the bowl as it rings. And as you exhale and that sound fades away, transform that breath into a powerful and mighty Om. Relax the jaw, lower the mouth, and allow yourself to simply chant this divine chord with the thanksgiving, with that attitude of gratitude that you have another day, that you have another moment to explore and partake in this inner looking. And as always, I lovingly invite you back into that space of the heart, that center point of your beingness, that throne of the soul, that gateway back to the divine. Let go of all the temporary happenings and simply give your full focus to this present moment. This new opportunity to, again, look within, to be within, to marinate within. The time now is to rest, to not hold on to anything that arises within you, but to simply sit back within the mind's eye and observe as you watch this divine film unfold. When you hear this final tap of the singing bowl, shift your attention to the sound of the bell as it comes and goes, as that ringing fades back into silence. So too allow yourself to shift that focus to the quiet, the calm, that which is effortless, the peace within that is you. Gratitude, being thankful. Such a simple yet profound shift arises when we apply that towards our lives. When we no longer remain in that state of victimhood, thinking that everything is happening to us, but transforming that into everything is arising for me. What a beautiful happening arises. The subtle yet profound shift of the experience, not only in how we perceive it, but how we experience it, how we process it after, all transforms when we give this attitude of gratitude into our full living experience. That is the beauty of this happening. One can look at children and see the same aspects of Thanksgiving. Whether it be a small snack or a simple toy, there is of reverence. Look at the animal kingdom and the great example of dogs. Any type of gift, they are fully, exuberantly happy. When we can apply that same effortless praise towards our own experience, even the smallest act that may seem on the externalized perspective as something negative can be transformed into a positive. One aspect of gratitude is knowing in the depths of your heart that everything is in your favor. So simply look at some minor examples of when you have been inconvened by life, whether it be not making that green light and it turning red before you get there, or someone cutting you off. Maybe it's something at the store like you forgot something, or maybe it's one of your favorite items breaking. There's many ways in which you can look at these minor inconveniences in life, but what happens when you transform that into gratitude? Recognizing that, hey, you didn't need to make that green light. Clearly, life wants you to soak up the scenes and simply observe your surroundings. That you must be creative and do something else with the store, or maybe you must go back and maybe you'll run into someone new. There's so many examples of how we can look with this lens of gratitude. But ultimately, you must look within your own experience and see where you are the most resentful towards life and against life. What happens when you look at these situations with love? Because that's all gratitude is. Love for the experience you were given. So what arises within yours when you are grateful for that which is normally seen as a negative? That is the power of gratitude. It is the medium of transformation, of experience. And as the alchemist we are in this divine experience, you have the ability to transmute any type of experience, scenario, happening through this lens and fire of thanksgiving. Mm. So look back at some of the negative moments within your experience. How can you look at them now with this hindsight, with this perspective of wisdom, with your age and introspection, and be grateful for them? To be grateful for those who have wronged you, to be grateful towards the experiences that have let you down, to the moments in which the expectations were not met. How has your attitude of gratitude transformed those? We can very much see that this lens of thanksgiving is something that allows us to see the truth within our experience. That enables us to see a little bit more accurately to why certain experiences arose. That is the power of gratitude. For it takes us out of the egoic expression, it takes us out of the temporary attachments and allows us to see the greater picture. But one must recognize here, this is not something like a fake it till you make it. This is something that you truly must be grateful for. And by all means, to be grateful for the pain, to be grateful for someone who has hurt you, may seem challenging at first, but recognize here you are the only one holding on to such pain and negative emotions and thoughts. Gratitude is that release. Gratitude allows us to let go, to move forward, to know that you tested your strength, your courage, your devotion, and you came out on top. For you are still here today listening to these words. So we can look at the dynamic aspects of gratitude and see it as a very transformative tool within our experience. That it can transform how we see ourselves, how we see others, how we view experience, and how we can process and integrate all of them through the simple act of thanksgiving. How powerful gratitude can be. What is something that you may have once seen as a negative, but now know it as the positive that brought you to the path in which you are currently walking? That led you to the experiences, the people with whom you currently engage with, to the communities, to the happenings. What are these once seen negative events? But through this looking of gratitude, you know were divinely timed, that you were graced, that you were blessed. Such a juicy introspection when we truly apply that and look at our entire lives. When we look at all of the painful moments, the suffering, yet you, that God and goddess of creation, has transformed and transmuted those. How else can we live but other than being grateful for it? Grateful for it all, because it's all crafted and shaped, molded, and pushed us to who we are today. And there's nothing more beautiful than that. For this inner looking, this path, this search is the most important in life. There is nothing higher than these truths. And that life has graced you, that life has blessed you to partake in this great mystery is something to always be grateful for. Because as we know, so many do not wake up and get another day, but to simply be here, sitting, laying, resting within yourself. So thankful I know I am to be gifted another day, to experience another opportunity to dive deep into this great mystery. And the beautiful aspect of this power of gratitude is that it changes your entire energy structure. You no longer focus on the negative, but the positive. Therefore, the operation of like attracts like comes into full effect. The laws of attraction change for you, and these energies of inertia begin to shift because you begin to radiate that praise, that thanksgiving. And when you truly see life for the gift that it is, it rewards you with many graceful experiences. Life also has a great sense of humor, as it will also test your devotion to this lens of gratitude through many experiences that'll make you simply laugh it aside. But that is the beauty of gratitude, is that it allows us to enjoy the play again. We don't take life so seriously. For this is just one great divine playground of exploration, of looking, of searching. So let go of the seriousness, of the personhood, of the victimhood, and come to return back to the throne in which you sit upon. For you are a king, you are a queen, you are royalty itself. Gratitude allows us to come back to that throne, to be grateful of our position in this divine kingdom, and to remain in that loving praise. Allow yourself to empty the body of all breath here with a deep exhale. And together here, take a deep breath in, filling yourself up with as much air as you can, and hold all of that prana and chi within the body. And whenever the vessel feels ready, allow the breath to drop away, releasing all tensions, releasing all doubts, everything that holds us back from being grateful. Again, take a deep breath in, filling yourself up with that love, that prana, that chi, these vital energies. And again, whenever the vessel is ready, release the breath, continuing to let go of all tension, all doubts, all fears, all tensions that hold you back from living that knowing of gratitude and praise. One final deep breath here. Again, filling yourself up with as much of that vital energy as you can. And when you release, hold the body empty of air for as long as you can, until you feel ready to draw on another breath. For it's even here we become grateful for breath, for the simple act of breathing, something that we do all the time until our final breath, but something that we many take for granted. And that is the beauty of this experience, for everything becomes intimate. Everything becomes magical. When we simply live with this knowing that all is grace, that all is something to be thankful for, because gratitude is the supreme form of living. Karmically, it allows us to avoid the many traps. Because how many of us are only grateful for the breath when we are sick and we lose the use of one or both nostrils? When you give the body appreciation all the time, it remains in that tip-top shape and condition. It's the energy itself that changes and transforms, not only within you, but around you. You become a well, a black hole, drawing in all of the many magical happenings because you are that force of thanksgiving. And so allow yourself here to look within the body and to simply thank it, to be grateful for it. Thankful for the feet that allow us to move, the joints that allow the body to bend, the muscles that allow us to act and do the many happenings throughout the day, the organs for processing the food we eat, the lungs for breathing, the diaphragm for constantly bringing us these breaths, and the heart for making it all happen by spreading that fuel of love. The brain for processing all the many happenings. And simply put, the body itself for being that vessel for our consciousness to explore and adventure. For ourselves, the rider, and this body, the horse, to adventure in life as a dynamic duo of spirit embodied, truly living a life of love, is the opportunity that arises when we fully live in gratitude. Everything becomes magical. And it's very so in that state we return back to that childhood-like living, where everything becomes beautiful again. But recognize here it's only seemingly so, because everything has always been beautiful. Life has always been arising for you. It's that when we live in gratitude, we finally see it. We finally accept it in the heart. To live in gratitude means that there is nothing that is happening to you, that everything is arising for you to come into a deeper understanding of yourself in this great mystery. It has the opportunity, ingrained within its very word, because that gratitude is something that will shift, that will provide you a pivoting point, an opportunity to get out of an old cycle, to fundamentally go against the laws of inertia and to create something new. That is the beauty. That is the power of being grateful for everything you experience. And there's nothing more impactful than such a subtle shift of our own perspective, because it allows you to have this rock in the river approach to life. Things that someone may freak out or be distraught over, you allow to simply brush around you, seeing it for what it is, the test, the opportunity, the chance to observe, the chance to show yourself and demonstrate something new. Everything becomes a loving aspect of this play and this inner looking of self. So again, look within your heart. What is something that you are resistant towards applying this understanding of gratitude towards? What painful moment experience has arisen that still holds you back? If there is one such or more within your experience still, simply marinate and rest with this understanding of gratitude. For gratitude does not justify or make excuses for the other, but rather how we perceive and process. For in all experiences, we are only the ones holding on to such pains. The only one we are responsible and in control over is ourselves. So allow gratitude to free you, to liberate you from the suffering. For ultimately, that is the potential it holds and lies within it. And know that everything has always been arising for you to come into the fullness of your power, your potential, so you may have all the opportunities and magical moments in life. And most importantly, it's that understanding of gratitude that gives us the maturity to receive all of these magical happenings with grace, in love. When you hear that final tap of the singing bowl, again, take a deep breath in when you hear that bowl ringing. And as you exhale, transform it into a mighty and powerful Om. Utilizing that divine chord as your proclamation of thanksgiving, your dedication to being grateful. Allow yourself to release the breath here, emptying the body of all air. Namaste. I bow to the divine within you. Thank you so much for tapping in. Don't forget to do the YouTube things. Smash that like. Uh, but with this month of July, I feel that this is a great opportunity to really emulate that attitude of gratitude and to come home to that realization of your power. Things take a drastic shift in our lives when we become thankful for everything in our experience. It sounds so hokey and it sounds so woo-woo at times, but we wanna look at the, getting slapped on the cheek and turning the other cheek. When you're grateful for that experience, it changes things. It allows a pivoting point not only for you, but all parties involved because the energy that you're taking in isn't being invested back in something negative. It's being transmuted into something positive just by your very perception of it. And one of those aspects of perception that plays such an important role is that when you see things I guess you would say, when you see things through this lens of gratitude, you begin to have different paths of life open up for you. When someone wants to be negative, maybe someone cuts you off in traffic, maybe someone is aggressive towards you, and you can take all of that energy and receive it, transmute it into something like, wow, I'm grateful they didn't hit me. It ends so many avenues of destruction that arise in the mundane and subtle experiences and expressions we have in this life. Look within your own experience when you get frustrated, when you get distraught, when you have those tensions, and just see how quickly they can melt away when you are grateful for them. Knowing that life was like, hey, you weren't meant to hit that light, post up and relax. I think one of the biggest examples that we can look at is if you're late for something, know that everything is divine timing. It's that attitude of gratitude. It's that power of being thankful that allows us to come back to that humility, that humbling factor that life is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. It's all about how you perceive it. And being thankful for those who have wronged you, it liberates you from the pain. It is not your duty to have them awaken to their wrongdoings. It's up to you to release yourself from being hurt, from the pain, to transmute that pain into a power. And gratitude is one of the easiest avenues for that. It really is. Because when you're thankful for everything, everything is grace. Everything is arising for you to grow up. And I say this I say this having had many and negative things happen in my experience, especially in my youth. My early years, there was a lot of chaos, a lot of betrayals, a lot from not only family, but from friends. And I know that the moment that I was grateful for it and thankful for these experiences, it released me of the pain. Who knows? I know personally, having conversations with some of these people later in life and some of them on their final days of life, that they were holding on to things their entire lives. But I was able to let go decades ago. That's something that is powerful because we can only live in our own experience. We only know our own perspective. So why not make yours a loving one? Why not make yours a strong and powerful one? Because to be grateful for the pain and negative, you're a badass soul. Just know that. Anyone who's here thus far already, you're royalty. You are one of those divinely chosen ones here to lead by example, to change this place. So, with that, I'm grateful for you. Now, be grateful for yourself and liberate your beingness from all of the negative happenings and tensions. And that gratitude, whew, it's a juicy way to do it. So, with that, may the fruit of knowledge offer a seed, and in that seed may your love, will, and intuition give life and nourishment. For a tree shall grow, and in its shade may you find peace, and offer peace to all whom ask. Namaste. I bow to the divine within you, and I love you so much. Thank you for tapping in. And this whole month of July is going to be pretty dope. Approach gratitude, grace, praise, reverence. Really, it's all geared towards your liberation. So I hope to see you there. Tap in Wednesday. I love you so much. Take care. Peace.